how do I do this next thing? It's one of these. No, that's not it. There you go. Everything's working. Hang on a second. I got to switch this around because it's mirrored. I forgot. How are you beautiful tubers doing out there? Having a good time, I hope. Not wearing pants because you're at a Diddy white party. And I'm still going through my nerds candy corns. Do you like candy corn? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in the chat, thank you so much for being here. Please welcome our expert for tonight, Valkyrie Begins. Let me tell you what, some of you might know where she comes from. I'm going to let you figure it out if you don't know. I had dinner with her on Saturday night. A whole bunch of us did, right? She's sitting down at the end of the table, far away from me, far away. And next thing I know, I'm like hearing all this Diddy this and J-Lo that, and that was before Affleck and all this stuff. And I'm like, what's going on here? And so anyway, evidently Kanye got arrested, and that's what we're here to talk about. So it's awesome. No, that's not what happened. Hey Foodberry, hey Ellie, hey Miami Spice, Bad Duck, you're here. Broken Baker's here. You guys, just Rose. I know I talked to a lot of you guys before the chat. Grandma Joe, how you doing? Broken Hearted 757. Wendy H, how you doing, babe? Debbie Blair, Peon. How do you pronounce this? Peony?
Peony?
Huh?
Like the flower, peony?
Is that what that is?
Okay, my best guess.
Well, that's a flower, though? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. It just sounds good. I thought maybe you knew something. If you don't know, so just go with it. So anyway, Elisa Patterson, what's up? Queen Olive. Man, what a great name. I kind of want some olives now. Hey, check this out. Front Jumper. Front Jumper was airborne in the Netherlands, or just maybe everybody's from the Netherlands in my world. JKD Buck, Bad Duck, Debbie Flair, PDX Paranormal. PDX, do you know where PDX is? That's Portland, Oregon. PDX is the name for the Portland International Airport, the gateway to the Orient. Hold your ass, Roseman Ranch. How you doing, babe? Hey, Valhalla. Hey, I know her. Wait, White Rabbit's here. Hi. Oh, and check this out. T-Rex, how you doing? Dude, I was gonna message you. I'm so happy you're here because I know that you would love this. Oh my goodness, Valkyrie is here. Maybe before we start on PD, you can explain the Drake Kendrick Lamar beef. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I gotta tell you about that one. You may not know what he's talking about, but
if you don't like what is being said, change the conversation.
That's good advice. So anyway, no, I'm giving T-Rex a hard time. So I don't know anything about this.
It all ties in, right? So
all right, there you go, T-Rex. Hold your books. It all ties in. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that T-Rex came into the chat and he hit me up hard for like 3 days. He's like, dude, will you please cover the Drake? Are these 3 different people? 4? Who's beef?
Beef is what they got between each other.
Oh, like roast beef?
Yeah.
Hal 9000.
I don't know.
Hal says, I'm not sharing my Reese's. He's not ET. He's not coming home. Hey, Jen Devka from Canada. How you doing? Oh my gosh, I am like way out of the chat. All right, guys, I'm just gonna catch up with the chat. Funson, what's up, bud? Valkyrie, you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself? This is your first solo trip over here, isn't it?
It is. I'm
I'll tell you what, I'm very
terrified.
nervous. I don't have many blondes around me. A lot of redheads, few brunettes, but not very many blondes. I'm very nervous. I don't know how to act. I mean, I know how to act. I just don't know how to. You know what? I'm gonna let you go.
Same. The same as normal. I'm Valkyrie. I'm also a goat farmer.
You are. I know a guy that does that.
Yeah, me too.
He lives in Kansas, I think.
And I just really like hip hop and rap. And I know a lot of things now that because TikTok and YouTube and deep dives and the sharing of information. So now I know all the things.
Real quick, Michelle Russo, give the 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Michelle. And somebody, you know what? I think it was Bad Duck. I learned in the past few days that Bad Duck gets the blame and the well, I don't know if he gets the glory, but he gets the blame definitely. I noticed that a lot for not reminding me to do things, and I need to update the Discord membership thing. But with that being said, though, I really do appreciate you, Michelle, and I hope you're okay. She was like, she came in the other day when the storms were happening, and everybody was losing all their power and stuff, and she said like half of, I think, was it Atlanta? Half of Atlanta was out then or something. I don't know. Oh, anyway, thank you so much, Michelle. Just been working. That's all we can do. Hey, the freckled ginger's here, stealing souls. Freckled ginger tells me that redheads' freckles are a soul they've stolen.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying when somebody tells you that.
That's dark.
Yeah, there you go. Michelle Russo says, have my restraint. I love it when autocorrect or something makes a mistake and it comes up sounding better than it was. But it was have my restaurant didn't have power. I like have my restraint does not have power.
I like that better too.
Hey Diane. So Valkyrie, I'm sorry. So you heard goats was the last thing I remember.
Yep, I heard goats. And I know all the things.
You know all the things.
I know all the things.
That's perfect. I have a never mind. I can't say these things. I forget. Anyway, so the other night we were out and we're just having a hoot and a holler and a good time. If you guys don't know, a hoot and a holler is a Tennessee good time. So
technical term.
It is a technical term. It's also a password. So Valkyrie, who is P. Diddy or who is Sean Combs? Who is Puff Daddy? Who are all these people that I don't know? He's a bunch of people. Is he a chameleon?
Maybe. Is he even real? Is he an AI robot? Who knows? But I mean, Puff Daddy. So in this lawsuit, right? Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, P. Diddy, blah, 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 bad boy, whatever you want to call him. They even have to address him by all of his names.
In the lawsuit?
In the lawsuit, every time they address him, they have to say like Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs.
No, didn't he have like a clothing line at some point?
Sean John.
So yes. Is he that guy too?
Yes, he developed Sean John. I don't remember who with, but back in the early 2000s, late 90s, somewhere around there, he wanted to like rebrand himself, I think, into not just the bad boy, but also like an entrepreneur.
So how did he achieve his goals?
You tell me.
He's an entrepreneuring bad boy. Okay, so I will tell you, this is how much I know. I know that like 6 months ago or so, word was that the FBI had raided his house and that he had fled the country Nobody knew where it was. What was all that about? Why was the FBI going over there?
Well, they have now found lots of things, and I think he's being charged with some type of trafficking, racketeering, and a lot of SA and a lot of grape from different places. And now there's civil suits. So they were looking for evidence of these things. And apparently he had after party freak offs. So they were all.
What's a freak off?
A freak off is
because to me a freak off is something that you do in the carnival. No?
I don't know. I've never been to a Diddy party.
I spent a weekend in a carnival, but I haven't been to a Diddy party.
Yeah, carnivals are scary enough.
Oh no, it was fun. It was really great. The yak woman's very nice. So freak off. What is a freak off? So when you say a Diddy party, are these the white parties you always hear about, or is
the white parties and all of the above? Any party you can imagine. He was just known for throwing parties. So anything like his birthday parties were all the white parties, and that was also part of a rebrand. That was his PR person helped him throw these parties that were a level up from just your normal gangster rap thug parties. And
so they had like metal detectors.
That I don't know.
Well, it just seems like a lot of gangster rap thug parties end up with somebody shooting somebody.
Well, I mean, that may be, but that doesn't mean they have metal detectors.
Well, I don't know.
I doubt it. So these freak offs would consist of freaky things, boys and girls doing acts to each other and with each other, and there's rumored to be a 50-foot bed in Diddy's backyard where
whoa, a 50-foot bed, like are these like
yes,
like a blow-up mattress, or is that what we're talking about? Or are we talking about like he pushed all these beds together? Or
no, it's like an outdoor custom-made bed that fits about like 100 people, maybe. I don't know.
So I know Serta. I know the was it a sleep number bed? Those are neat.
I don't know
like, I know those
of a mattress.
Yeah, like how do you and I also know, have you've seen the signs? They're usually handwritten on the side of the road. It says Queen mattress and box springs, like $199 in the plastic.
I don't think he was getting them from the side of the road.
Okay, so where do you go to get a custom bed?
Well, and that's the thing, is everybody's in his pocket, so he's got people. And I'm sure it was like multiple mattresses. I don't think it was a 50-foot mattress itself. They had to be like connected somehow, right?
Right. So,
right.
Like, how do you go to a party? Like, how do you get invited?
I don't know how you get.
I don't know anything about this.
There's a few different ways you can get invited. I think being out in the club, knowing somebody, and then he has people that will literally like stand outside of concerts and like look for hot girls, etc., to invite to the party.
This is what Funston says. It's a low cut top. So, okay. But I mean, like, partying's not a reason to go to jail.
No. But at these parties, what we're finding now is that most of the juices, most of the liquors, pretty much everything that was available to drink was dosed with possibly GHB. Nobody really knows the substance of what is in those liquor bottles, but basically you have to drink whatever is given to you if you want admittance into the party.
So you stand online and they walk by and say, "Hey, drink this."
I think once it gets to like the after party, they're like, "Hey, anybody that doesn't want to party, go home." And then they start giving people drinks, and they're like, "Drink this, and you can make it to the after party." And then they do, and then they don't know what they just signed up for.
I've never been to a party where you have like a DJ says, "All right, everybody, this is when the orgy starts. So if you're not into that, leave." That's what it sounds
I
like.
did. They kind of do
You
that.
did go to
though,
a party
at some
like
of
that?
them.
Okay.
No. I
I thought
saw
you
a
said you
clip.
did. Sorry.
I saw a clip of Jay-Z warning people, and his
Now, who's
exact
Jay?
words were
Whoops.
that CPS was coming. Child
Like
Protective
Child
Services
Protective Services?
was coming to the residence. And so all children had to leave within the next 15 minutes. I said, CPS will be here in 30. Your kids got to go in the next 15. And he said, I think I made myself very clear. Kids got to go.
Okay, hang on. So Bad Duck here says, rumor has it that Puff had Justin B toss his salad. Now, who's Justin B? Is he a vegetarian?
Bieber, the Biebs.
Oh, well, yeah, he's probably a vegetarian.
No, we're pretty sure his mom basically sold him to Diddy.
When you say he sold him,
I mean, exactly.
you can say all the words. I don't care. You can say all the words. Make it easy for yourself. Relax.
I believe that, I mean, I don't think a contract was signed necessarily right away saying, hey, you give me X amount of dollars and you can have my son, right? I think it was, you just go ahead and take him to whatever you got to do to make your record deal, and I'm going to reap the benefits. Because he was a minor at the time. What I think when Justin Bieber got signed and came out with all those baby songs was...
Baby songs? Sorry, I don't know.
You know, the baby.
I don't know any. Oh, yeah. I think
you do. You so do.
Yeah, I've heard that.
You know the songs. So
no, I don't. I'm more of a Taylor Swift person. Have you ever heard her?
I think she's also involved.
Ooh, now tell me more.
I don't know for sure.
I saw where she sneaks into her own concerts, but that's all I know.
I don't care or know about that. But she has a song called Cassandra. And do you know who I'm referring to when I say Cassandra? Cassie, Diddy. Have you seen the video?
No. Do I need to?
There's a video that came out of Diddy beating Cassie in a hotel hallway because she tried to escape.
Oh, yeah. What was that about?
She tried to escape. Cassie, she was also one of the artists that Diddy signed and basically had full control over. I think she was the main sex slave of the 2010s in that era. But anywho, so she got a good brunt of whatever he did. He did it to her. And I think everybody in Hollywood knew about it. And I think everybody wanted to say something, but nobody actually could say anything because they were afraid to be blackballed. So Taylor Swift has a song titled Cassandra, and it talks about Cassie, basically, and not being able to tell anybody and how, like, what happened to her. And this is way before.
And this is the video, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you haven't seen this yet, I have seen this, and I thought, why is this guy run? Well, could you imagine? I mean, what would you do if you open your hotel room door and you see this guy running down? Obviously, I wouldn't know who he is. I'd be calling 911 and be like, hey, there's a black dude. He's soaking wet and he's wearing a towel. Okay? That's all I know. They'd be like, yeah, give me any more description. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the only black dude on the floor, soaking wet and wearing a towel.
Yeah, the only naked guy on the floor.
Okay, so he comes in, look at him. He kind of jogs, kind of does a little hustle. And then it's like, oh, no, cleaning lady. That's what it looks like.
He said, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, look, the Chicago Bears are doing something here.
Not today.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that hurt. Oh, Oh, hey, that's like Fred Flintstone style right there. That's caveman.
And I mean, I feel like that's like nothing in comparison to what she probably actually dealt with behind closed doors, right? That's just one small snippet.
Now, do we know why she was leaving that night?
Probably to escape for her life. Probably because she was tired of being a sex slave. But that's basically what started all of this. All of this.
Aiden says he usually rents out the entire floor, so he wasn't worried about being seen or heard.
That would make
yeah,
sense.
it's like Captain Caveman.
That would make sense.
So okay, so he goes now. Who was that? What was her name?
Cassie?
Yeah, it's just Cassie.
I mean, her full name is Cassandra something, but yeah, Cassie. It was her like stage name.
Oh. So
And she was one of his artists.
All right, we're gonna see if this is her. When you say artist, like, what does that mean?
Musical artist. He owned what, Bad Boy Records, or owns, I guess. I don't know if it's still.
Is this Cassie?
Yes, this is Cassie.
Okay. So like
the picture like in the middle where her head is shaved.
Right here?
I just found out that apparently that was also done like to her. Like as a demoralization thing.
So the French did that. Wait, hold on. What I do? What I miss? What I miss here?
Beef.
Holy cow! There's so much beef flying around here, Baker. I don't know what's going on. Hey, the broken baker. Check this out. Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Stop screen. Freakouts is almost as wild as a Dollywooding.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Baker.
Touchdown. Paper? Unbreaded.
Breaded.
Oh my gosh. Guys, don't ask Steve Gosney about that, please. I like Steve. Thank you, Broken Baker, with the DKK. Is that not a it's like Donkey Kong something else?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I know. These foreign countries, they get me. I'm like, what's happening over there? DKK.
Nothing
So
good.
Anyway, thank you, Broken Baker. Oh my god. Okay, so seriously, just go with it. Like, I don't know anything. So I see this. When was this? How does that relate into this? Get me from there to the courtroom.
Well, I think Cassie won. So Cassie had a lawsuit. She won. Now they were looking.
That was the one where he decided to settle. Is that one?
Yeah, there's like an NDA. He settled for like 3 million or 30 million. I remember 3. I don't remember why, but something like that. And she can't talk about it at all. Mm-hmm. But I believe it's almost up. Or somebody else's NDA is up.
Oh, so
but that video got them looking into it, and then I think just more victims have finally had the courage to come forward, and it's almost like the Me Too movement. And like once one goes, they all want to go. So they started looking into it because they apparently had heard so much, saw the video, and knew that there were more tapes. So they were looking for tapes when the FBI raided, and they found all those baby oils.
Now, why do you do this? What does that mean? Is it KY? Is it olive oil?
It's none of
coconut oil.
It's probably drugs.
Oh,
it's probably the THB, or I've heard what is it? NAD. Apparently, like all the stars do this NAD stuff, and it's for like anti-aging, and they just like hook up an IV of NAD. But I don't know. Nobody knows exactly what was in those bottles, but we're pretty sure it wasn't baby oil.
Really?
Really?
Well, I'm kind of disappointed in that because I was I got the opportunity when that kind of broke. I was talking to MG Law, if you know him. He was supposed to come to Dollywood, but he He wasn't allowed to. His wife kicked him in the nads.
Oh no.
Anyway, so they found about the baby oil, and he was unaware that you can actually buy like KY in a 55-gallon drum. And so I put that in the chat, a link to it. And I was hoping, I was like, hey, I'll make like a nickel off this if anybody buys a 55-gallon drum of KY. So he clicks the thing and he gets upset because his wife shares his Amazon. And I'm like, dude, like, how do you sneak like Christmas presents in and stuff like that? And anyway, it's just very sad. But he was, here we go. Look at Broken Baker. I want to be so rich I can buy 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Now, he did have a contract of some sorts with Johnson & Johnson. He's got ties to them. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Oh, wait a second. Are they like testing him out for like the super lubricity version of baby oil? Hey, Rosalind, how you doing?
I don't know. It could be.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know.
Could you imagine that? It's like, oh, what scent do you think Diddy baby oil would be?
Here's my thing, though. Okay.
Pineapple, you said?
What about baby oil is implicating in any type of, like, why would that be evidence? Why would baby oil be evidence? They didn't confiscate baby oil. They confiscated something else. And they're just saying it's baby oil because they don't know what it is. Right?
Good point. That's a very good point. Yeah. See, I didn't know that. So I love the way you think. You have that conspiracy thinking, and that's what people that aren't enriched like to say it. And I'm like, no, it makes a lot of sense what you're saying. It's not a conspiracy. That is true. Like, why would that be a big deal? It has nothing to do with anything. I mean, exactly. So if I had 1,000 bottles of baby oil, yeah. If I had 1,000 bottles of baby oil, that doesn't prove that I went running down the hallway and smacked Cassie.
Exactly. So they were looking for tapes. They were looking for the drugs. They were looking for whatever he's drugging people with to do the things that he's doing to them. So I think something could be mixed in that baby oil. And they said something about a pink substance as well. And nobody's talking about that. I don't know what that could possibly be. I know it's not Benadryl. So.
Well, pink is the color of passion, according to Aerosmith. So. No, a pink substance? Do you think Pepto-Bismol? Little Pepto for your tummy? Little tum-tum?
No, I think it's like engineered drugs that the market hasn't seen before or something like that. If they're talking about anti-aging, what else could it be? I don't think it's blow because I just don't. I just don't think it's blow. I think it's something else. I think it's something that we haven't seen before or a mixture of a bunch of drugs.
When you're a kid and you go to like a 7-Eleven and you get the Slurpee and you get like every flavor they have.
Every flavor, yeah. It's something like that, like a jungle juice of drugs.
Oh, jungle juice is not good. Oh, that's
terrible.
For 3 days. Oh my gosh. And it came out of a cooler. And I'm like, why? Why did it was green and it had like pink flakes in it? Oh, it was awful. Do you know? Were you there? I don't know, man. Like, what? I was like, why is there pink flakes in this? I've
never heard of that.
Well, was it? What was that? Was that? Yeah, I think it was. Oh, it was awful. Like, it was painful. I forgot about that. Thank you so much, P. Diddy. Okay, so we're on the baby oils. Okay, so he has a 50-foot bed, baby oil. None of this is exciting. I mean, this just seems like an average Thursday night.
But tapes are being leaked.
A Tuesday night, we'll say. Sorry, go on.
Tapes of the freak-offs are being leaked, supposedly. And so I guess people have seen what they think to be like Diddy and Meek Mills to be doing the thing.
With Diddy?
Diddy and another man, another rapper.
Ooh, who do you think that is?
His name is Meek Mills. It's in the video. You can see their face.
Are we talking about like a Captain Halfon video? Have we seen this?
I've seen clips and things like blurred out. I don't know how real it all is, but like, yes, there are tapes being leaked of Diddy having all types of relations with all types of people.
Okay, so I have a question. I have a question about like you say tapes, and I think that I mean that's a common thing that we all say, and I think it's also the oh wait, isn't that great? Isn't that great? I love her. She's so awesome. iRabbit says U47700 is a synthetic opioid powder that is known as U4 Pink or Pinky.
See? Stuff that doesn't even have a legit like street name. It's called U47700.
Well, that's what it's called on the shelf, but when she sells it, it's called
Pinky.
Oh, hang on a second. And Bad Duck says, hey, what's wrong with blow before freak session? Well, you know.
I guess nothing. I mean, whatever.
No. Well, you gotta have something to get you going, but you don't usually get up. Bahala said docking must happen in the USA, especially if you're a guest from Denmark. Odd. Is that the RX number? U47700. You know what? I want that to be like
it's gonna be a thing now.
Oh, it's totally gonna be a thing. It's totally a thing now. Hold on. Because I'm stupid and can't do things. Oh, there you go. What's that called? What was that called?
U47700.
How'd she spell that? Oh, there she goes. There you go. Watch this. U47700.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right. So now that's it.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're not gonna get like if we make it this to the end of the stream, that'd be surprising. I don't expect to. So yeah, don't have any reservations. Like go ahead and tell them everything you were saying Saturday night because you're on fire, girlfriend. I mean, you had me
so many connections.
I was ready to I was ready for the True Hollywood story. I was like, I could hear a voiceover guy in my head saying that you were the one that broke everything wide open because you were so great. I'm like, how can you possibly know so much?
What's really funny about that though is okay. So I was talking about this stuff when Drake and Kendrick were having beef, and I was telling my parents about it back in May when they came down for Dollywood, and all my coworkers have heard all my conspiracy theories about how I think Beyonce is actually the top number one guy. That's like,
well, Beyonce's a dude.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Okay, no, hold on. So, okay, dive into that for me. Like you said, top number one.
I'm pretty sure Beyonce is the one calling the shots, and I'm pretty certain there's a lot of people that think the exact same thing. And it was. I don't know if this was already out on Lemonade or if it had come after, but there's like a song or a snippet where Beyonce talks. She doesn't sing. She doesn't rap at all. She is talking. She's just speaking, and she's talking about a woman that they basically murder and how Jay-Z is in love with her. Right. Okay. So backstory for you probably don't know what Lemonade is. Beyonce made an album.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
She made that album called Lemonade as a big screw you to Jay-Z, her husband, after he cheated on her with Becky with the good hair.
Who's Becky with the good hair? Like Aunt Becky on Full House?
Not her, but there is a lady. I'm sure somebody in chat actually knows who it is. I don't. I just know it as Becky with the good hair. Yes, they are the devil's couple. It is truly scary. And I think Beyonce was sold to Jay-Z. I don't think she went willingly at all.
Well, how do you? I don't know. I'm probably going.
Okay, so
you have to realize you have to keep me in line because I have no idea. Like you say something, I'm like, what? Like
I
sold
know.
to Jay-Z. Like, how do you go around and be like, hey, I want that chick? How do you get to be in a position of power where it's like you can be doing this stuff? Like, I don't know what Jay-Z does.
parents selling their children into the entertainment industry is nothing new. This has been happening since before
I saw
we
a Family
were
Guy
born.
about it.
Like, it's just a thing that happens. And whether there's legit contracts or not, it's still basically the trafficking of humans. So I'm pretty sure when Beyonce's dad found out she had a gift and, put her in all these competitions, put her in all these groups, all this stuff, and she had to do this every day, and she had to practice this many hours a day, and blah, 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 blah. And then he did all these things to get her to Destiny's Child. And then he was basically managing Destiny's Child. And I think that he sold her to Jay-Z in return for her being the number one artist in America. She was supposed to be the it girl, the new Whitney Houston, the new woman that was going to save R&B and hip hop and all that. She was supposed to be a star. That's what she was destined to be. And that's what he sold her to Jay-Z for. So I don't think she went willingly whatsoever. And I mean, if they're going to make you a star, give you millions of dollars, you get to do exactly what your dream was the whole time. So,
But can she not, why didn't she run away? I don't
because she
understand.
wants it, obviously.
Oh.
You grow up singing, performing your whole life, and then your dad comes to you and is like, look, I got you a record deal. We're going to make you number one. You're going to be on TV, music videos. You'll be getting all the awards. You're going to have sold out concerts across the U.S. We're even talking about a world tour. What do you say? You're just be like, nah. As a 15-year-old girl? No. You're going to take that deal. So what?
I don't know. It's so weird to me. It's not.
I'm pretty sure she was sold. I don't have evidence to back myself up, but I'm pretty sure. Now, fast forward. She's with Jay-Z. And I guess Jay-Z had a baby mama. And
His baby mama?
He had a baby mama. He apparently impregnated some woman. I don't know if this was right before they got together or after they were already together.
Uh-huh.
But this lady was talking about coming forward and telling everybody about the whole thing, and then just ended up dead.
How did she die? What of?
Rachel, whichever one was she was Jay-Z. Yes, Max. One of those. It was a Rachel. I think it was Rachel. Sorry, got sidetracked. I do not know.
I'm back here hitting the wrong button, so it doesn't matter. All right, here's Sam. Wait, so
I don't
okay,
remember
the
when it was
baby
or who
mama.
it was, but the baby mama, she was going to come forward, and then she died of mysterious circumstances. I'm sure. I don't know if it was another one of the pneumonia ones or an OD or what happened, but she died.
But not a car wreck or something like that. She's
I don't think it was. I think the left eye was the car wreck. Aaliyah was the plane crash.
And all these are Jay-Z?
Kobe might have been another plane crash.
Bryant?
Shaq is involved. I mean, they've got so many ties. What do you mean, yes or no? Illuminati, are they part of it? Yes, there's an Illuminati. There's somebody controlling something. I'm telling you right now.
It's Max Murray. He controls everything. Becky was a good hair. Either Rachel Roy. Now I know Rachel Ray. She was on the cooking show. Or Rita Ora. I mean, this really sounds like Idaho potatoes. Rita Ora.
I think it was Rachel. I'm pretty sure I remember Rachel in the media back when all this was happening. Yeah, so Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
And she made a whole album. She said she made it where he didn't even know she was doing it. He wasn't involved in it whatsoever. She made the whole album completely by herself. And then she called him out for cheating on him. And she's like, you better go get Becky with the good hair. And the whole album was her way of dealing with it. Well, now there's like a little snippet about how she wants to be like her for him, and the three of them could be a family if she wears her skin as her skin and her hair as her crown, and like,
Are you talking about like Silence of the Lambs wearing the skin?
yeah, like weird stuff. And she's just talking like calm as shit. She's just like, I could wear her skin for you. We can take a picture as a family together.
So this, I don't know what Elite Daily is. It says, here's what we know about Becky with a good hair from Beyonce's song Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Many fans felt evidence pointed to a designer, Rachel Roy, after she posted and quickly deleted a suggestive Instagram with the caption, "Good hair don't care, but we will take good lighting for selfies or self-truths. Always live in the light. No drama queens." Well, that's funny because like that's kind of the motto of my channel is you got to have good hair and no drama. So
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure Miami Spice has specifically said like good hair don't care because she has fabulous hair. This is weird. Is this no? This is Beyonce right here. She's got big hair.
Just in that video.
I don't know who she is. I thought maybe she goes.
Beyonce's got good hair too. But so I'm pretty sure as soon as I heard that, that's when I knew that Beyonce wasn't the Beyonce that we all think her to be. And now it's kind of crazy seeing the clips that are coming out about her, like at all the award shows, all these artists, if they win over her, if they're in the same like nomination category as her, they're like dedicating their entire speech to Beyonce. Well, Adele even broke off part of her Grammy and threw it and gave it to Beyonce, like in the freaking Mean Girls, and was like, "You deserve part of this award too because you paved the way."
Okay, real quick. This is Rachel Roy. Is this her?
I guess.
I mean, that's what it says, Rachel Roy. I typed it in. I mean, she's got pretty good hair, but I mean, it's like, I don't know if that's anything to write home about. But that was didn't you say the other night that that was something about Kanye going up on stage saying, Taylor, I'm gonna let you talk in a minute. What's that about?
They think now that Kanye saved Taylor's life because, right, it's been this battle between Taylor and Beyonce winning Best Album of the Year. Beyonce's never won. Taylor's won like 4 times. And I think Kanye knew what would happen if Taylor won and didn't say something. And he knew that she wasn't going to say something because I don't think that's the kind of person Taylor is. If she's deserving of something, she's going to take the credit for it 100%. So she deserved her award. She was up there to claim it. And Kanye was like, girl gonna die. She's going to either get blackballed from the business or she's going to die. She's going to end up dead if she beats Beyonce because Beyonce is so pissed about this. So he got up there and was like, yo, no, Beyonce should have won, as all the other stars were starting to do. Beyonce should have won. Beyonce should have won. This is all about Beyonce. Beyonce is such an idol. She's so great. So they're thinking that he got up there to save her life, not to cause mayhem like everybody thinks.
I'm going to go on the record and say I hate Beyonce, and I don't know who she is. I just think it's funny that
you're not the only one.
To her. Oh, really? Who else hates her? Do we know?
There's a lot of people that hate her. A lot of people think she can't even sing.
Probably not. You know what? This is why I love Iron Rabbit. Rachel Roy posted on Instagram something about don't care if I have good hair. Who knew Iron Rabbit knew so much about the hip hop scene?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like her. It's a track act.
Okay, so what is happening? I mean, these are just like, I don't know. I said this the other night, this was going to happen. Like, you're going to have all this information. I'm not going to know what to do with it. Like, I don't know. So what do I need to know? Like, how do you break this down into something? I mean, I don't know anything, well, of course.
Into something. So let's talk about the ties with Justin Bieber and some evidence that Justin Bieber has given us. So we know that Usher brought him up, right? Usher found him on YouTube singing and was like, this kid's a star, gotta have him. Took him to Diddy. And then from there, he just blew up. He did all those songs with Usher, and then he became America's sweetheart just in a little boy band form. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a single person in America that doesn't know that name. So,
are you a Bieber believer?
I was never a
I hear
huge,
goat herders
huge
are kind
fan,
of into that. Sorry.
but I don't mind him. I've listened to the popular songs. I never paid attention to like when he was going crazy and stuff. And I never paid attention to that. I'm paying attention to him a lot now, and I think that's because I can see him like working through the trauma that he's been through. So it's been said he's trying to get out of the industry now because of all the things that Diddy did. So he has gotten
Like,
away
you
from
say what
Diddy.
Diddy did. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, when he first came to Diddy, I mean, his mom let him stay at Diddy's house for 48 hours unattended because they were going to make music and work out the deal and yada, yada.
Some kids stayed at Michael Jackson's house, too.
Now here's a conspiracy for you. I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson was set up and Michael Jackson was never actually guilty of the crimes he was.
You remind me about this, okay? And after this stream's over, I don't want to jade you, because I can't say it in a good way or anything else. But you remind me after the stream, and I'm going to send you a link to a video. I love this guy. He's an awesome tuber, and talk to me after that because there's some crazy stuff. Real quick, Michelle Russo. Taylor was only maybe 16 when that happened. So what happened? Oh, when she was on stage. Sorry.
Oh, Taylor knew better. So you got to think back to then. Who's best friends with Taylor? Selena Gomez, who dated Justin Bieber. Selena knew everything that Justin was going through. There's no way Selena wasn't also at the parties and all of that.
Okay, so are you saying that like Diddy sitting up there and having like little kids brought to him? Uh-oh. With outside interference.
To Diddy for 48 hours.
Okay, either way, Diddy, Usher actually had the custody of Bieber.
And Usher was likely a minor victim of Diddy.
And yes, we also
you say
believe that
custody.
Usher is
What do
a
you mean by
victim.
custody?
Like guardianship. Like
How's that happen?
legit. Yeah. Well, his mom, I mean, he was from Canada, so he couldn't just like go to the US and do whatever he wanted. Like I'm sure he had to be on a visa or a blah blah blah. I don't know how all that stuff works, but I'm sure she didn't go with him, so she just kind of.
Oh, yeah, I know who Usher is. I don't know anything he sings, but I've seen this dude before.
He was just doing he just did the Super Bowl. What, like last year, the year before?
I didn't see the Super Bowl last year. Did I? Did Green Bay win?
Dear God, no.
Michelle Russo, thank you so much. So she was saying that Taylor's too young, but I like what you said though about Selena Gomez. That I mean, I can believe that. I can get behind.
I think they knew. Huh?
I don't know. We try to have fun, and I just like, maybe maybe I can use that differently just tonight. Anyway, real quick here, Wendy H is saying, Valkyrie, do you think Usher is a victim too?
Yeah, 100%.
So what's he a victim of having to be around Bieber?
I think he also was under Diddy, and I guess no, see, and that's where I'm proved wrong about the Michael Jackson thing. That's why that's something. I think he lived with Michael Jackson. I think he moved in with Michael Jackson when he was like 13 years old. Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen,
and he lived at Michael's house for like a year.
Man, that's just fucked up.
It's really weird. Like it's really, really, really weird. But here's my thing. You stop being a victim the moment you become a predator.
Oh yeah.
Just because something bad happened to you, whenever, I don't care if it's your childhood, your adulthood, whatever. That doesn't give you the right to hurt other people because you got hurt. No. Mm-mm.
No, not at all. So I had to look up. I looked up Bieber and Usher because like I'm like, who's Usher? And then I said I saw a picture. Well, I just scrolled down this article, and this is what I don't know why, but you know how you ever see something and you're like, that could be innocent, but for some reason it gives me the creeps. That gives me the creeps. That picture right there.
Exactly. If you
Like
go
he
back
looks
and
like
see
he is
footage
trying to
of him,
say, like he looks like Elmo after the puppeteer puts his hand in his place.
it's very creepy. You can see
Thank you,
all
Mike.
sorts of things. Clips of him on like Ellen DeGeneres show.
Oh, now see, he's very comfortable. See the difference there?
He's used
See?
to it.
Hand is been in the wrong place, and then now he's just like, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
and look, he's transitioning. I didn't know this.
No, stop it.
And Usher is becoming, is that Amish? Is that an Amish hat?
Nope. He's not Amish.
But it
I
looks
don't
like
think
an
you can
Amish.
transition into Amish. I don't think that's a thing.
I stand by my words. I stand by it. What do you think? What do you think, Bad Duck? You think I'm right? Maybe. Let's see here. They made salads instead.
Very tossed.
There's a lot of. So what's the deal with? We were gonna go get a salad tonight, but I don't understand this.
Toss your salad. Get your rocks off.
I don't want rocks on my salad.
Shut
wash
up.
the lettuce. What? Hey, you have the sad truth of knowing me in the 3D world, and I am very airheady. So thank you, Bad Duck. I'm not. I would rather have my food eat my salads. Does that make sense?
Okay. So back to Justin Bieber, and he's now telling everybody about what happened, but we didn't see it. So the song Lonely, and then there's the song Yummy, which I actually don't even know if I know, but I've seen a lot of clips about that video. The music video itself is very weird, very disturbing.
Lonely by Justin Bieber.
Yes. He sings
So
about being lonely.
I don't know any of this stuff. I mean, so I'm like, oh, well, maybe I need to look this up.
So Justin started as the craze that every little girl loved, and then he transitioned into trying to be more in the hip hop scene, and then he went way past that, started to deal with, I think, his true feelings and the trauma that happened to him, and he started making real music and talking about his feelings and how he felt so lonely and no one would ever understand. And he had the song Yummy, and that was basically trying to tell everybody about the industry. And the whole thing is he advertised the song with pictures of babies, infants.
Hold on. Bieber did?
Yes, his song Yummy. He advertised
Yummy?
the song Yummy with pictures of babies on Instagram and stuff. And then that song came out, and they're all at this dinner or party, and they're eating these weird types of foods and food off of people, which is also a thing that's true that happened in Hollywood. There's a lady that hosts food people parties.
They eat
really
people?
Weird. I don't think they actually are taking part in cannibalism, but I think they eat off of real live humans, and then they make, yes, Jaguar Wright has been exposing this the most. She is the most knowledgeable source on all this right now. But in the end of the music video of Yummy, they're all eating these cakes. The cakes are humans' faces, and they're eating these cakes. And then on the plate, once it's empty, is a picture of Justin as a teenager.
And to you, what does that mean?
I mean, Yummy. They ate it. They ate it up. They ate him up. Quite literally.
Holy cow, look at this. Have you heard of this? There's a rumor that Jamie Foxx was poisoned by Diddy to shut him up.
Everybody was poisoned by Diddy.
Well, wait a second. Is this true? Because I know about the Jamie Foxx thing. Have you heard this?
Which part?
Jamie Foxx
This
was
part?
poisoned because, like, Jamie
No.
Foxx, like, okay, so like, Jamie Foxx, here he is like a big, huge, buff dude, living the cool life, walking around, like Broken Baker does, showing off his calves and got his shirt off, whatever. And then all of a sudden, he was like gone. Like, and then it was released that he was at the hospital. He was in the hospital for like 6 months. I heard stuff like he should have died. And then he came back and people said he looks so bad. And so he kind of sounds like who's that guy in Russia, Putin? Like he when he poisons like one of his political enemies, he like gives them like radium or something like that. Like it's I don't know, something that comes out of Chernobyl. And
I'm not sure he would do that.
You don't think Diddy would do that?
Not to that extent. I think.
Well, it sounds like a very bad poisoning is what I'm saying.
If Diddy wants somebody dead, Diddy gonna have them dead. I think we've learned that time and time again. I don't think Diddy has any problem in murking people whatsoever.
Oh, it's so yeah.
It's not quite that. It's like a darker extent to that. I don't think it was just sushi.
Where are they getting people? Like, how do you get people to eat?
Well, you traffic them
into the kitchen.
It's also it's said that he's had trafficking. I mean, yeah, once you have somebody as a slave, you get them to do whatever they want. They're yours.
So
put them in the kitchen, put them in the basement, put them in the hotel.
Something weird, and this is again, it probably is just the squirrels trying to run around a rusty wheel. But when you say slaves, so something I've noticed in pop culture is that slave is now a bad word, and you're not allowed to use it. And it's like it's a very true word. It means something. Like there's like slave jewelry is like the slave bracelets or whatever. In Star Wars there was a ship called Slave One, and they've erased all references to that. And I say this because I do know that, and this is so hard for me to fathom, but there's more slavery now than there ever has been in the history of the world. And that's weird, right? I mean, it's just slavery. I don't think we understood. I don't think we understand the concept of it. Do what?
They just got better at hiding the chains.
God, I love that. That's the best statement I've ever heard.
Aren't we all kind of slaves? Like,
well, so I often joke about that. The 13th Amendment just exported slavery to China. Nobody talks about it. Nobody wants to admit to the fact that China is true slavery.
Yes.
All the bad sense that we see like in Hollywood movies and stuff.
Yeah, that place is actually scary.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
But who else is really good friends with Diddy that has something to do with trafficking? None other than the Ashton Kutcher, who made technology to help authorities track down sexual traffickers better or something.
So he bought a cell phone?
No, my theory is that he worked with people to make this technology to help not get caught.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this. What is this technology?
Thorn or something like that. So do you remember back a couple years ago, everybody was like, save the children. And it was like this whole movement. And everybody was like, hashtag save the children. But nobody really knew because like what they were hashtagging for. And then Ashton Kutcher went real hard and like got in front of the government and made some technology that was supposedly going to help authorities track down human traffickers better. And now the theory is that he just made that so that he wouldn't get caught as
Yeah, I did.
fast.
Boy, you are really good. I mean, I didn't know any of this stuff was going on.
Yeah, that was a technology that he made with Demi Moore.
Did they poison Bruce Willis?
That's another thing I've been thinking about. I think that that
Yes.
is very possible, or it's possible that they like electroshocked his brain into now him not remembering things or something to that extent.
So Bruce Willis, like I'm a huge Bruce Willis fan. I think that guy was cool because he was a goofball, and then he became an action star, and then I mean and then he became just cool. You know, he just like he just sat there. He took the roles where he just sat there and goes, "We're not going to do that today." You know, he was kind of like Jack Nicholson. You know, he has you know, he has that look. You know, his patented look, right, or whatever. And it's like you just knew it was going to be a zinger. Then all of a sudden you hear that he has like a rare form of Alzheimer's. I'm like, what? A rare form? Like, what are you talking about? So I saw him. You know, they did a thing for his birthday. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. And Demi comes back into his life. And I'm like, this is odd, right? Like
weird, right?
Would you do that? I mean, he left Demi Moore. I don't know who left who, but I know that he was with a chick that looked exactly like Demi Moore when she was 18.
Yes, they look exactly the same.
I don't think. Now, I'm not going to ask you about your significant other. I don't even know if you have one. But would you, if you, if he left you for someone that looked exactly like you at 18 or whatever, would you then all of a sudden go back and just be like, "Oh, I'm here to give you your medicine"?
No.
Would you like a pudding pop? I mean, it's the opposite of everything.
And then think about how the current wife feels with the ex-wife coming around. That's also just weird.
He does have a wife, doesn't he?
I think so. She's taking care of him. Demi's taking care of him. The kids are taking care of him.
He sounds like Hugh Hefner. But I saw his birthday thing, and he's like, and he's standing there, and a couple things. He was like, you know, he tried to sing "Happy Birthday" with everybody, and he's known for like, you know, he was a singer. I mean, that's the guy. Well, I mean, he had he had several albums during his moonlighting days. But and then all of a sudden it's just like I'm like, none of his condition doesn't jive with what they've told us it is. You know, it's like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. Everything you hear tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is for mostly entertainment and a little education purposes. So it's all innuendos and all fake. So don't pay any attention to it. Yes, I'm a set of numbers. But when something though doesn't sound right, you know, something doesn't jive in your mind, like the gears don't grind right, you know, I'm like, that really, that's what you're gonna say? He has Alzheimer's? But instead, and you know what, the way they describe I haven't seen him, I don't know if he ever got over it, but the way they described Jamie Foxx is much like how Bruce Willis looks.
That's interesting. But once again, I really think if Diddy wanted someone dead, they'd be dead. So here's the question then. Okay, so Bruce isn't dead. Maybe he was gonna talk. Maybe he was having some problems, and Demi was the one that got him to calm down. Maybe Demi helped out. Maybe that's why she's taking care of him now, because she helped neutralize the situation. And she wants to make sure it stays neutralized.
Because her and Ashton were doing Tron, or whatever it's called.
Well, I mean, how old was Ashton when the two of them got together? How many Diddy parties did they go to together before Ashton was actually even of age?
Right? Holy cow.
And then think about Mila. And she wasn't of age when she had her first kiss with him on set of that 70s show. And then on that 70s show, there's also Danny Masterson, who's convicted and serving time in prison right now for related charges. So seems
So,
like it's really all in an interweb.
and I have something to ask you about that. But yeah, so the first thing I did, I looked down and right here, founders of Thorn, Demi Moore, Ashton Kutcher. Thorn Digital Defenders of Children, previously known as DNA Foundation, is a nonprofit
Weird.
organization. Do it.
DNA Foundation. That's weird.
Yeah, and isn't that what their NADS is DNA?
Mm-hmm.
All the chickens come home to roost. That builds technology to defend children from sexual abuse. How do you build technology to do that? It's like, well, you're building a computer. Are you building a Terminator? Are you building a T-800? Are you going to have come with me if you want to live? I mean, well, actually, these predators are probably saying that to these kids.
Or are they setting up other predators that they know in the game so that they don't get caught themselves? Fall Man.
Yeah, hang on a second. Moore was viewing an MSNBC. Look at this. Look, it was founded. This Thorn thing was when Demi Moore was viewing an MSNBC documentary on human trafficking in sexual slavery of children in Cambodia. Boy, that's a weird place to pick. And in Cambodia, like I never thought of that as being like, oh, hey, let's talk about human trafficking in Cambodia. And then let's see here. While later researching some of the issues that were presented in the film, she was inspired to act. She's never acted before. Sorry. I mean, she just was never really good, was she? Right? This is the first time she's ever acted. Let's see here. She was inspired to act when she learned that child pornography and the sexual slavery of children were taking place not only in Cambodia, but in the United States as well.
Shocking.
I mean, does that not sound stupid?
It does.
Oh, look, and they have a little reference to that. So you can.
Those are the only two places it's ever existed, actually.
I mean, wait a second. Like, how dumb of a person do you have to be sitting there going, "Hey, I watched this documentary on MSNBC." First of all, you lost all credibility if you say that to me. I'm sorry. You watch a documentary on HBO? You know what? They do some good documentaries. PBS, I'll take it. Was that guy's Frank Burns or Mr. Burns, whatever? Does some good documentaries. But I was watching an MSNBC documentary about Cambodia and the sexual trafficking of children, and it's just so heartbreaking. And then the other person at the that she's telling us to goes, "Hey, Demi, you telling me that she was married to Bruce Willis and she just now found out that there's stuff like this?" I'm thinking Bruce Willis is like, man, there's a bunch of freaking weirdos. You know, he is not, dude. I'm sorry, man. That was the fakest statement I've ever heard in my life.
It's
Wasn't that
wild.
dumb? This is happening on the streets of Los Angeles. You don't think that Bruce Willis is saying, "Hey, Demi, you know this is happening everywhere, right?"
Right. Right.
Let's see here. Max Burris says, Thorn, if you grossly simplify what they indicated 11 years ago, their technology involved creating a master database of child porn. Kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
I never really wanted to throw up on a live stream before.
More than now. Yeah.
And Max Murrah made me. So here, yeah, no, officer, we are not guilty of possessing child porn. It was part of a totally legitimate nonprofit organization's database. Oh my gosh, that's what Pete Townsend of The Who. He got busted for child pornography, and he said, "No, I'm trying to fight child pornography."
Weird.
Holy crap. All right, we've gotten off of Diddy. Hang on. So I want to look at Pete Townsend.
I mean, not really. It's all connected. All of it.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Only on YouTube does someone type in the words Pete Townsend child porn.
And find a little too much information.
No, it's on Safe Search. It's on Safe Search. Oh, this is a good website. It's Oxygen. So we know it's good. That's Oprah's.
She's involved too.
Tell me about Oprah.
Well, I mean, why do you think she started a South African school for girls when nobody really wanted her to?
I don't know.
Maybe
Is
to
she-
help traffic girls to the United States.
You know what? Actually, you know something about that. Hang on a second. Max Merger is probably going to answer before I do. But look at this. So Pete Townsend, guitarist Pete Townsend claims child pornography arrest probably saved my life. You know, the greatest thing that ever happened to me, Valkyrie, was when I got arrested for child pornography. It probably saved my life. Is that a conversation that people have? Is that this is a legitimate thing? This guy is on Oprah's channel saying, you know, Oprah, looking at all that child porn saved my life.
Like,
Wasn't the
in what
Lord
way?
Jesus Christ. It wasn't Buddha in a buffet. No, it was CP. Pete Townsend, blah blah. He received here it is. He received a caution from the British authorities. You guys, this is I hate to tell you guys, if you're from Britain, this is why we had the Revolutionary War. They had a caution. Now, Pete, don't do that anymore. After admitting to using his credit card to access a website containing photos of child pornography and abuse, he claimed that he visited the website, which police alleged that he did in 1991. He got arrested in 2003. This is the good part right here. In order to conduct research for a book. Oh, I lost her. So that happens a lot around here. That's usually what happens to the white rabbit. Anyway, no, what I was gonna say though about South Africa. Yeah, he is, right? Oh yeah, we're Jennifer Lopez. Yes, she knows so much about Jennifer Lopez too. You get a slave, and you get a slave, and you get a slave. All right, let's see here. Max Murder says there was a long-standing rumor that in addition to John Travolta and Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis was another Hollywood celeb firmly in the closet. So that made Demi Moore his beard. No, Bruce Willis. I mean, come on, we can all see Travolta, but Bruce, which is why he didn't seem to have an issue in Demi shacked up with Ashton. Guys, I love Max Mara. Like, you just wait till the second sentence before you announce the first one. You okay? Everything fine?
Yeah.
Okay, so South Africa, right? You're talking about the child thing in South Africa, and I was like, well, you know, Max Murray may answer this before I do. So the Chinese are completely buying up the entire continent of Africa, and it's unbelievable how they're doing this. Well, the Chinese also have a problem because they instituted years ago the one-child policy between couples.
Mhm.
So everybody wants to continue to keep their name like it means so much. And so China has too many boys and not enough girls. So now they are importing their girls from Africa, which is funny because they're also an extremely racist culture, supposedly. And so depending on like where they go, this is the documentary I watched. So like depending on where they go is like these women from Africa were like, you know, I have a hard time here. It's very hard because one, they don't look Chinese.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about it. You have 1 billion people in China that have never seen someone from Africa. And all of a sudden, you know, here you got Joe Bob, the loser over here. He ain't ever going to get a woman, right? And he is bringing in his African queen. Yeah. So
That's interesting.
And look, Shizzy Wiznut's doppelganger is Pete Townsend. Well, Max, Maybe I just there's an opening on Friday night.
Yikes.
Shizzy's gonna have to figure that one out all on his own. Let's see here. Valhalla Waits said Oprah has been photographed with more human traffickers than the Department of Homeland Security ever will. Is that true? I don't know.
I believe it.
Oh wow.
I believe she's in it wholeheartedly.
Hey Linda, how you doing?
If for nothing else, just to reap the benefits. Money, power.
Max Murray's gonna go fix lunch, but don't worry, Max is not a Chinaman, and he's also not Haitian. So no poodles will be consumed during his lunch.
Good to know.
I speak Murrah. It's his own language. Ellen DeGeneres also has something to do with all this. And oh yeah, what was it? Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez was somebody that brought. So what you were saying something about Jennifer Lopez. Iron Rabbit, thank you so much for the memberships. Iron Rabbit is a who's your favorite hip hop artist? Iron Rabbit. You said that you dabble in the arts. So she breaks down a beat. She does it. She knows what's going on.
Oh, giggity.
But I think at the same time, she also
trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball.
Oh, he can hit a curveball. She knows that. So
yeah, J-Lo's involved. Ellen's involved. I mean, who's not involved is what I would like to know. I'd like to know who might not be there. Oh, Cool J. I can see that.
That's her favorite.
Oh, that's your favorite?
Yeah.
Around the Way Girl.
What does that mean?
It's one of his songs.
Was he in NWA?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. I don't know enough of that history.
No, that's Ice Cube. Ice Cube was in Ice-T. Is that how that worked?
No, Ice-T and Ice Cube are two different people. Not a group.
You have to have an Ice Cube to have Ice-T. I don't know. Ballstorm's here to make a announcement.
I don't think so. No,
Shizzy, Max Murray outed Shizzy as Pete Townsend. Okay, so tell me about J-Lo. You were very heated about her the other night. Only thing I know about J-Lo is that she eats tacos and burritos. That was on South Park.
Okay.
Her kisses taste like tacos. That's what it was. It was a song.
That's interesting.
Yeah. South Park.
That's interesting. I know J-Lo and Diddy dated. I don't know much about that, but I do know that out of all the people J-Lo's dated, married, divorced, XYZ, Diddy's the only one that was like, damn, I should have never let her go. Everybody else is like, thank God she released me. So there's something to that. And I think I don't know what else she has to do with anything. There's just a lot of suspicion. They think that she is the one that got Aaliyah killed. Either her or Beyonce. It's between the two of them. Aaliyah was an artist back in the 90s who died on the plane crash. That big plane, the famous.
Oh, is that the no, that's somebody else. I know Leonard Skinner died in a plane crash, and so did the Big Bopper.
Yeah, they think Aaliyah got on the plane because J-Lo wanted to be the next one. She wanted all the attention. She wanted all the stuff. Now it's come to find out J-Lo probably didn't even sing any of the songs she recorded. Like none of them. They're all different people singing the songs.
Like Milli Vanilli.
Maybe.
She hid a gun for Diddy in her purse. What's that about?
I believe that. That I don't know. She allegedly carried gun into a club for him and there was a shooting, but he paid someone to take the fall.
Is that the one? No. That one. Who
Very
did he shoot?
interesting.
Who did he shoot?
Well,
Did he shoot somebody?
people are... She had gunshot residue on her hand, is what I'm hearing.
That's what Walter Cronkite's saying.
Yeah.
She had something. Oh, it has something to do with
Really?
R. Kelly. Yeah. So what's going on with R. Kelly? Like, so he is in jail now, right?
Yeah, he was involved in all the same stuff. Same circle.
So are you saying that Diddy stuff is R. Kelly stuff?
Yeah. He's a fall guy. You take the fall so the rest of us get off. They don't know about what we do because you're going to take the fall. You shot a girl in the face. With what? Just his pee or?
Probably. It was a golden shower. So how did Diddy, how did he get his start? Like, what's his claim to fame? How did he get?
I don't know how he got a start, but he came up with Biggie and Tupac and all them. I don't remember. I don't think they were ever
more
a group.
legit than I always thought. Like he was. I mean, because he's puffy. Kind of like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or something like that. I always thought he was supposed to be like the good guy, the little he's the huggable one.
Well, yeah, that's the image he wanted to
but
have.
everybody else is dead.
They either knew too much or were getting in his way. 100%.
Don't hug Diddy.
What's Walter saying?
Don't hug Diddy.
Don't dog Diddy.
Don't hug Diddy.
Oh, don't hug him. No, you don't want to reach your arms around him. Do not give him a reach around.
Diddy was Biggie's producer. Well, yeah, Diddy and Biggie produced together and they had songs together. And that's when Puff made the song after Biggie died. You laid the track, I'll bring the flow. Or I laid the track, you bring the flow. And he's talking about Biggie.
You know who I like, and you can tell me if they had anything to do with this. Is I like Coolio.
Okay. He knew too much.
Is that what happened?
He knew too much.
Well, I know he stole that song with Michelle Pfeiffer.
I don't know anything about that. But Diddy also took that song, that I'll Be Missing You. He took that from what's his face?
Police. Sting.
No. I don't know. But he pays some guy like royalties. He pays him like so far he's paid him like $5 million for every time that song is played.
Hold on a second. Who is Natanya Rubin? Is that Paul Rubin's sister? What? Oh, I don't know how to spell, do I? Oh, wait, there he goes. Boy, I'll tell you what, my computer's a little slow. Oh, boy, she looks bad. Oh, New York Post. Here we go. What is happening here? Victim of infamous New York City club shooting, and says Sean Diddy Combs shot her in the face decades ago, willing to have bullet fragments tested. I don't know how you bullet fragments would do unless they're looking. Maybe this all goes back to baby oil. Clive Davis has been thrown into the mix too. Is that the British guy, the actor?
No, he's like an executive.
That's Clive Owen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Clive Davis is like the executive. He was in charge of Whitney and all that stuff. And yes, I believe he's at the tippy top. I believe he may be one of the people calling the shots over Diddy and Beyonce, right? So like Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Clive, maybe. I don't know. It's really hard to tell who's at the top of this thing.
You mentioned Whitney Houston. Do we have any word on what Bobby Brown is saying about all this? It's not his prerogative.
I've never thought of that. I've never thought of that. I didn't even realize that he was still around. And yes, R.I.P. Whitney. She should have never been left in that hotel room for as long as she did. They were trying to get rid of her too. She died of pneumonia. Who else died of pneumonia? Like a bunch of people just be be dying. No, something about pneumonia and somebody else with pneumonia. And she like died in the bathtub.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the clips from the show her and Bobby Brown had? They had like a reality show. Evidently, she had a poop bubble, and Bobby had to get it out for her. That was a big thing at one time. Bobby's very quiet now. Is that because he's dead? He's not dead. Hey, Just Dawn, are you still in Oklahoma? Just Dawn was in a. Now it's spelled M-I. Wait, M-I-A. It's Miami. I don't know how to spell Miami. M-I-A-M-I. Damn you, Bill Gates, and that. What's that thing? Spell check. But it's Miami, Oklahoma, but it's pronounced Miami. I think it has something to do with the Indian reservations there. I think it's a maybe, I don't know. I'm just kind of making all that up at this point. But she was at an Indian reservation in Miami, Oklahoma.
Yes, Kim Porter died of pneumonia. That's right. Diddy's were they even like husband and wife, or was it just? I think they were married.
Who is this?
Kim Porter, Diddy's wife, baby mama. I don't know. He adopted her son. And she just made a book exposing him. I don't know how real that is either.
Wait, but Kim's dead. How'd you make a book?
So the story goes is that she knew that Diddy was going to get to her at some point. She had recorded tapes when she found out that he was doing all these things with Usher, etc. She made copies, basically, so that she would be safe. And then it got to the point where she wasn't anymore, and he got her. But before, she was trying to expose him, and she told all her girlfriends and like sent copies of these things to her girlfriends so that they could share them after she died, because she knew it was coming.
Now, supposedly Amazon is taking the book down after the children have slammed the book.
Yes, her children are saying that none of it is true. She didn't post it. The people who who like got the book out weren't really her friends if they posted that. Blah blah blah. The works. But who were they in custody of for however long she's been dead for? None other than Diddy. So, of course, they're going to come out and say that if they think he's going to get off, they don't want to end up with the same fate.
Okay, so all this is very interesting. What's his name? Sean Diddy, P.
Sean
Diddy.
Diddy,
I wanted to call him Bobby Brown for a second. I've got that song stuck in my head. I'm sorry. So, Diddy and the Dale. So he's in jail now. So what do you think's the next thing? What happens next?
Well, there is
You think he has a boyfriend in jail?
If they let him. I think he is either gonna get Epstein, or he is working with the feds already, but he says he is pleading not guilty. He says none of it's true. So who knows what really happens? But I thought he was supposed to be alone, and then I saw something about his cellmate. So I don't know what's true, what's not, but he is on suicide watch.
Well, that's funny. So was Epstein, not Epstein.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, he was, but that's not who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the guy. He was Quentin Tarantino's producer. Help me out, guys. I totally forgot. What's the guy's name?
I don't know.
The big fat guy. Or he was big fat. I don't know. He lost weight. What is his name? I can see him. He was the whole Me Too movement got started because of him.
Harvey Weinstein?
No, is that his name? I said yeah, because I said Epstein. God, man, I cannot differentiate.
Harvey Weinstein was the guy with the Me Too movement, and now he's out. Now he gets to just get out because he's having heart problems.
Well, of course he is. He's overweight.
They all just get out.
So okay, but he was on suicide watch. So, and he gets his own cell and stuff like that.
His lawyers have tried to get him out on bail, I think twice, been denied
Mhm.
both times, and are now trying to appeal that. And I think that also just got denied. Not 100% on that last one. And then now, over the next month, a lawyer in Texas who is working with the victims is filing 120 civil suits. Tony Busby or some T Busby.
I was hoping you were
something.
going to say it was Kurt from Uncivil Law, but I don't know if you know him or not. But he's a lawyer in Texas.
I actually do know.
He's
Kurt.
got civil law in his name, so I thought maybe that'd be the civil suit. I was so hoping that's like, man, that'd be cool. What was it? Weinstein, let me think. Okay, so yeah, how big are these parties? I mean, you said like a 50-foot bed, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I saw in the court documents he had guns. He had, I mean, there's all this stuff's going on, right? And you're telling me that nobody took pictures?
No, that's kind of okay. So phones are not allowed. Most of the parties any of the celebrities have. Like I know Drake is known for taking your phones as soon as you enter the party. You are not allowed to have your phone, no cameras at all.
Mm-hmm.
But Diddy, on the other hand, did have cameras set up throughout his entire mansion from every angle so that he could record these things. So no, there's not. And that's how some of the things are also being leaked, just because somebody took a video of somebody and now they're trying to leak it to spread information or get him caught up or whatever they really want to do. But yeah,
So,
Diddy took the brunt of the videos.
So sorry. Don't read the chat. Don't ever read the chat because you go into things that you're not a part of that conversation. So why am I reading this? I want Max Murray to tell us more about the sushi eating off of bodies. Do men ever get adorned with sushi? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to eat off some strange chick.
No?
I mean, no. I mean, we've been talking for an hour and a half about weirdos doing weirdo, kinky, I don't know what you call it, stuff, and yeah, who knows? Like they got like the rat kind of like herpes, like rat herpes, and I don't know, man. It just seems horrible. So, but still, okay. So there's they did all this stuff, right? There's no camera pictures. I mean, man, I find that hard to believe though, because like cameras are small now, and I mean, do you ever go anywhere without your phone? Like, have you ever left your phone behind the house and like you'll turn around and go get it?
No, but I'm also not a 20-year-old girl trying to get into a Diddy party in Miami. Okay, so you got to think about the people who are trying to get into this party. They're willing to do almost anything to get that close to a famous person. Yeah, hell yeah, I'd give up my phone. You're saying you're gonna let me come party and date you? You're gonna tell me that I'm gonna be in the same room as Beyonce? Yeah, you can take whatever you want. Take my phone. Done. That's easy work.
There's gonna be a new rules. Be in the room with me. You gotta like have your phone. I don't know, man.
That didn't work the way you wanted.
No, you gotta have your phone because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'll be like, hey, can you? You know what I did today? I actually sent somebody a text message because I heard something that was funny. I was like, I need to like write this down. I'll totally forget it. So I sent somebody a random text message with my thought, and I was like, that has to be the weirdest thing in the world. And anyway, so I said that's just a note to myself, so don't pay any attention.
Yeah, that's.
Have you ever done that? Do you do that a lot?
If I need to save something, I will make sure I don't send it. Like I just type it.
But what do you type it to? I think notes is what I should have done, but notes frustrate me.
Notes is definitely what you should have done, but sometimes it just doesn't work and you can't get there that fast. So you got to think like, okay, I'll just put in this text to this person, boop, boop, boop. And then you just close the app. You don't send it. You just close it. And then the next time you open that app, bam, there's your note.
My problem is I wouldn't know what app it was on. And then I'd sit and be like, What the hell is this say? Why? God, man, did somebody get my phone? Anyway, where do you go? Karen, I do love you. I do love you. And look at this. Hal 9000. I don't live my life around a phone. I leave it at home all the time. Well, that's because Hal 9000 is a big rock and roller. Did you know that? Like, he's big in the music stuff. So, like, if I were like, you know, hey, man, I'm Slash or whatever, I don't know. Pete Townsend. I would, yeah. Why would you need a phone? You just go out and do rock and roll stuff.
Yeah.
So, American prison, Max think, no, don't need to talk about that. It's really hard to hide a phone or camera with no clothes on. If I used to be younger, if you go to TikTok, sometimes you'll see people live streaming from jail. They hid those phones to get them in.
You also have to think about, okay, if you're already this far into the party, right? They've had one party, then it goes to an after party, and then it's like the after party, right? So more and more people are leaving, and
how long do these parties last? Don't people have to like go to bed at some point?
They're celebrities, and they're drinking. So apparently, this mixture.
They're drinking pink stuff.
They're drinking the pink stuff, and it's not just like, I guess there's GHB, right? So they don't remember what's going on. And
no, every time you say GHB, I think of George Bush.
Weird.
Wasn't that George Herbert? That's the first one. George Herbert Bush.
I don't know. I was barely alive then.
Have you ever heard of John F. Kennedy? Have you ever heard of John F. Kennedy?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
he probably knew too much too.
Well, I was just gonna say, you know, you weren't alive for John F. Kennedy, but you know who he is.
I don't know what the F stands for.
Fitzgerald.
There you go. Wasn't alive back then. Wouldn't know. I know George is a W. The one that I was alive for. No, I don't.
Stands for?
Well, I do
Walker.
now. Yeah.
Walker.
I just got told. It's okay.
By Walter.
Yeah.
And the W doesn't stand for Walter, does it? No. Walter Cronkite was the voice of America. Richard Nixon, have you heard of him? Richard Nixon said, yes. If I've lost Cronkite, I've lost America, and I must step down. 2 years after a landslide victory, he was no longer president of the United States. Kind of like today. Anyway.
What else? What else is there? I'm trying to think of anything I might know.
You knew everything the other night.
I mean, that's mostly everything. Can't. Okay, Kardashians. Kardashians are part of this.
So, okay. That one Kardashian, like, well, which one's which?
There's a lot. You're going to have to be more specific.
Yeah. So, I think it's all that the old one, the mom or whatever.
Kris Jenner or
wait, hold on. That's
Bruce?
the Transformer guy.
Bruce is Bruce.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
Bruce
like
is Caitlyn.
I'm talking about the one that like, no, Caitlyn. She was in the comments earlier, and her name's comments. Wait, hold on. What's
Bruce
going on
Caitlyn,
here? Are you messing with me? I think you're messing with me. There's no way. I mean, I can't.
Kris is Jenner.
So, Kris is now Jenner?
No,
that's
Kris
kind of a
Jenner.
cool first name, Jenner. Kind of like Jenner. I like that name too.
Bruce, who is now Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay.
So, I mean,
you know what I just wanted to know about was, like, I just thought, like, the old chick, when she looks horrible, she looks like badly tanned leather. You know? Like, she was, like, went through the process and wrinkled up before she went through the machine. But anyway.
Think she looks like, what's her face from The Emperor's New Groove?
From the what?
Zima, I think, is her character's name.
Oh, I have a Zima story, but it's not about her. What's the Fitz means, I think, bastard offspring of someone royal. Fitz is two naughty cousins. That's okay. Don't type that in or you'll end up on a hub.
No, I don't want to know what that is. All the Jenners are involved.
Yeah, she does
All
look
the
like a Slim
Kardashians are
Jim.
involved.
She looks like a Slim Jim. Thank you, Max. See, Max, we have a connection somehow. String theory.
Yikes. Oof.
No, I understand what he's saying. You know. So okay, so it was her. Like, I think what about her and her husband? Remember, he got OJ off and then he passes away. And then you got no one knew who they were. You know, I was like, well,
Right.
The Wheaties box guy, like for some reason, he's like, oh, hey, like, you know, lady, you know, you were with this guy, whatever. Now I want to date you, which seems like a really tragically bad idea.
Yeah.
And she drove him insane. And so he took some scissors and went to the alteration class. And then, but then like no one knew who those kids were, you know. And you got the one that looked like Chewbacca, who now is the best looking one out of all of them. And you got the one that her only claim to fame. I thought she was a porn actress. And so like, how did all that work around?
Why do you think that?
And wasn't the mom in the room when she was doing porno?
Like, it's been right there in front of our faces the whole freaking time, and nobody caught on until now. Like, it took Diddy beating Cassie down all the way for us to be like, oh, we see. What?
Wait a second. I went back over in my head what I said, and I think you're making fun of me, and that's cool if you are. I don't mind. That's what you're supposed to.
No,
that's
I
part
find
of
this crazy. This is legitimate crazy talk. Okay, so Kim K and Ray J make a sex tape, mom's on it, and it just gets leaked out of nowhere. Where do you think it came from? They've been taping these things the whole time.
Probably okay.
It was probably at a Diddy party. It was probably something that happened. It was all pre-planned.
Are you familiar?
Then what? Kanye gave her back the tapes. Like that was a gift to her or whatever.
Oh, he bought the tapes.
He bought the tapes back to like make her feel good about it or something.
Oh my goodness gracious, Jude. A member for 14 months?
That's wild.
That is awesome. Love you back. You know that. That is a magically changed avatar. It was nothing like that before. See here. Do you mean Max has been wrongly calling the whole bunch of innocent people bastards? Oh, that's the Fritz. So here's a question. Why? So here we are. We live in a society and that we love to say that, oh, we're doing it for the children, we're protecting the kids and all this stuff. And then it seems like we put blinders on when it comes to Hollywood. But yet we all know that's what's going on in Hollywood. Like, you know, that I think that was the one thing I contributed to the conversation the other day. I was like, I mean, is this new? Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. Lost Souls. I was just looking for you the other day. And what's going on? Like, where have you been? Lost Souls is, she's a true crimer and is a friend of mine. And she hasn't put anything out in a while. I was worried about her. But anyway, thank you so much for coming by. It's great to see you. And also, what's happening with Brian Koberger? Sorry. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Well, I mean, so all this Diddy stuff was coming out months ago. Tapes were starting to be leaked. People were starting to gather their suspicions. And everybody that thought this was what was going on was labeled as a conspiracy theorist. You're crazy. They all just make really good music. You're just reading in between the lines. Anybody can say anything. And now here we are. And it's all coming out to be true. I think people just put their blinders on because, man, Michael Jackson just makes really good music, right? So I'm going to listen to this song a bunch of times. Who cares?
Like, okay, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, you said that. I mean, I'll tell you. So it's like, people try to say something like, I mean, you hear about everybody. Everybody has a bad story, It's like, that's fine. But for me, like, I don't know. I can't think of anybody right now. But I, it's just because, well, okay, we'll talk about Taylor Swift. I like some of her songs. I've been forced to listen to enough that I'm brainwashed into it. And Shake It Off is a good one. Um, but it doesn't mean, like, I also know she's a loon in my book. My book being not a golden book, but like, a book of morality and stuff like that, like standards and issues, just the way we are as humans. Everybody has a certain way about them. So I have nothing to do with Taylor. I think she would probably smell like, have like some underlying like mildew smell. I don't think I'd want to eat lunch with her. But again, that doesn't mean I don't like, Shake It Off. So, I mean, you don't have to like the person. I mean, I'm okay with saying that. But it's like people, instead of saying that, they just put blinders on. And we're rewarding a very putrid, disgusting society.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care.
I remember years ago, I'm talking more than 2, more than 3, probably 5 to 8 years ago, a friend of mine had posted something on Facebook about somebody being bad. I don't know, some artist, I don't know if it's R. Kelly or what have it, but some artist was just found of doing something. And they were like, man, like, I really love listening to music, but there's so many other artists. And if we, there's got to be other artists. And I'm like, man, if you start canceling everybody that's ever did anything, you're not going to be listening to anybody. There's going to be no music left because they're all just as guilty as the other.
Okay, well, let me ask you. I know we just kind of going off subject here, and stop me anytime and tell me more about Diddy being on a kosher diet and Sing Sing. Why do we cancel people? And when I say we, why has that become a media sensation? And I've seen it happen on a local level. And when I say local level, I'm talking about like YouTube, right? Like, we're all here, we're all having a good time, we're doing our thing, and we've seen creators that we're not that many degrees of separation from, and they get canceled because of something stupid. But then other people, I don't know. You mentioned earlier, and it's like, what did this person get offed as a cover up? And I could see that as an excuse for like a canceling. You're just trying to change the narrative, so we don't talk about whatever it is that's going on. But I don't know. It seems so weird.
That could 100% be part of it.
Yeah,
that's your punishment. You want to talk? You don't want to be part of this? You're out. Nicki Minaj did a thing about how she was going to perform at the Grammys, and then something happened, and they were like, you shouldn't perform. And she was like, nah, I've been advertising this for like a week. I'm going to come out there and perform. I'm going to give you the best show I got. And she did. And then she's like, after that performance, it's crazy how blackballed I got in the industry. So, I mean, they giveth and they taketh away.
What performance was it? Do you know?
A Grammys performance.
Oh, Grammys.
I know she had a blonde wig on, but I don't remember what song played or anything.
Well, hey, let's relax for a second. Let's do something.
Wiggle, 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 yeah. 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 Wiggle, 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 yeah.
Thank you, Michelle Russo, for the 10 memberships. Guys, when you are a member, it's all sorts of fun things. You get to come into Discord. There's a special Twitter that I forget that I even have that you get to do if you all that stuff. And also Sunday nights we do members only streams, and those are fun because it's just an hour and a half, 2 hours of talking, whatever you guys bring up. It's just me being in the chat, and then we hang out in Discord for some people. I'll tell you what, when Yamaha Biker gets in there, it's 4 or 5 in the morning. Did you know that Yamaha Biker, you know Yamaha, right? Mm-hmm. Did you know that he was a member of the United Nations, and he wore a blueberry beret? And evidently that was the inspiration for the Prince song. That was the other night. That was what we talked about in Discord. So it's
I'm gonna go with no.
Hey, there he is. Look, I broke out of jail despite Valhalla's feeble attempts at getting me shut down for my remarks on his Coast Guard service as cabin boy first class. What's funny is I didn't know that Yamaha was even here. I was kind of proud that I got to sneak in to tell everybody about his blueberry berets. What was I saying? Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we just need to get you back there and hang out. So what do we have to look forward to? How about that? First of all, let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to come back and talk about this again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So much more stuff is going to happen. We got to know.
You see where my brain's going. Like, I want this to become a thing, because I find it, I like what we just talked about. You know, it's like, why is everybody covering this up? Why are we accepting this? What? But everybody does. Everybody says, hey, oh, that's just Hollywood. And then we sit there, oh, that's so awful. Can you believe that? I kind of like putting the light on things. So if you come back, that'd be awesome. And I promise you, I'll actually do research and content during your, like, can you come back next week? I don't know what your schedule looks like. Whatever you tell me, and we'll do it. Maybe. Okay. And you don't have to do the full 2 hours. And we can do whatever you want to. But you're very knowledgeable on this subject, and I appreciate that. Sort of. Why do you say sort of?
I don't have all my facts straight. I could probably do some research too, but
so who cares?
I'm just going off of mostly what's up in here.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Well, okay, you know, when you say something, when you come to you are formulating your thoughts and you're announcing your ideas. That is based off of things that you've observed. And, you know, if you don't have every single syllable correct, it is a lifetime of things that you've observed. You have a very unique life that nobody else has ever lived. And so when you say something, we can either accept it or we don't have to accept it. The internet has created this whole culture of us not accepting things. And that is not how you have a civil conversation. A civil conversation is you come in and you say, hey, I know this. And you start to talk. So like you get, you know, like me, like I'm like, I don't know who Usher is. I'm like, oh yeah, I see him. And then I'm like, oh, look, I mean, Michael J. Fox. No, it wasn't him. What was the guy's name? Bieber. Looks like he was kind of, you know, doing the Kardashian thing. I don't know that for a fact, but it's something I observed. And so, I kind of make a joke out of it and whatnot. You're great. You need to believe in yourself. And I appreciate you. I'm very honored that you're here.
I'm happy to be here. This is fun.
It is, isn't it? Isn't it great? You're here with a great group of people that absolutely are. This is an incredible chat. There's no drama. And look at this. We got Max Murray here saying that Thorn nonprofit that Valkyrie mentioned, the one co-founded by Ashton Kutcher, is very creepy. Their CP database is like a CP Library of Congress for PDF files without fear of prosecution. Now that's something that's weird. It's funny. Like, you ever watch like a cop show or something? And I'm thinking about Miami Vice is what I'm thinking of. And it's like they got like a brick of cocaine. Like it seems like everything was always 5 kilos. I don't know what a kilo is. I think it was like what's that place? The Rosetta Stone. I think that's one of the terms from the Rosetta Stone. I don't know. I know a pound, but anyway. And then they would cut it open, right? It was this. It looked like a brick. It was wrapped in plastic wrap and then wrapped in duct tape, and they cut it open and they stick their pinky in it like that. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, aren't they breaking the law? You know, it's like, oh no, they're cops. I don't think you can break the law to prosecute somebody. I think that's I don't think you can put your finger in it. And also that's evidence. You shouldn't be fingering the evidence. So yeah, it's funny. They have a huge collection. It's like, hey, you want to come intern for us?
Do you think maybe Diddy is a Fed? Do you think he is just a plant to set everybody else up?
Is that being
and that's
said?
why he's been. It's a theory.
So
why else would you get away with every single thing and make all these videos of all these people and yada yada? What's the end game? What's the result? What's the reward for it?
So whenever
Don't you think it'd get old at some point?
Do what?
Don't you think like all the partying and the whatever would get old at some point and you'd like get bored of that?
Yeah, I do. I really do think it gets old and boring.
So why else would you be doing it for the last 30 years? Unless you were working for somebody
you're
else.
not okay. So like partying, right? Like what is a party? Because I think like there's a thing about humans. We have like an internal light that we have to create. We have to build. We have to improve. Those of us that don't are ones that turn to a skeezy life. Those are people that are just getting by. But when you're that talented as like like a musician, an actor, something like that, you're extremely talented. So why do you go down that path? Because it has to get boring. You're not creating your best, and you aren't.
Right.
Especially somebody like him. Isn't he a billionaire?
Gotta be. Or coming up on it. Or, with the way he spends money, I bet maybe not.
Does he have a G5?
I
don't know what a G5 is, but I've heard it as a song.
I know he has a black like airplane or jet plane or something. But that's not, I don't know anything about it. I don't know.
Is that what he loves the country on? Oh, hang on a second.
Yes.
You should see what the boys in Miami Vice would test for contraband they found in prison wallets. Don't read the chat. You can the chat's like, see, like I just looked over here. I'm like, I don't see anybody who says at Valkyrie or at expert. So yeah, don't need to read the chat. But it's always the ones that are just like a random statement like that just always get me. It seems like here, power and money. Okay, so that was a good one. I pulled that up. I made sure and read it. I made sure and read that one, and it only had 3 words. But the long ones, see, like sweet tea could be. I know sweet tea's not, but it's like this could have been a bad one. Some celebrities promote a narcissist, evil, selfish, destructive ideology that only serves to destroy society from the inside out. They get away with that here. So that reminds me. So who was it? Somebody earlier was saying about was it Bad Duck talking about them being Satanist or something?
Scientologist.
That was another one I wanted to ask you about because that's what's his name? Danny Osmond or whatever.
Danny Masterson?
No, yeah, him. Ashton Kutcher's buddy.
Yeah.
Is Ashton a Scientologist?
I do not know. I do know who else was it? Wasn't it like Tom Brady and Giselle were Scientologists? Jim Carrey's Scientologist, and everybody is like claimed for years that that's like a cult. And I don't really know what Scientology believes, but I haven't heard nothing good.
Hang on, I'm looking for right now. List of famous people in Scientology. They used to have a bookstore by UT on the Strip. And I always
Weird.
look in there because like you go to see Scientologists and it's like always like on TV and stuff, it's always these hot chicks. And I'm like thinking like, oh hey, the hot chick's gotta be like in there reading books. And I never saw anybody in there. It was very sad and depressing for a college freshman.
I bet.
Stories you never knew you'd hear, and stories you
Never
never
knew.
needed to hear either. Isn't that great? Hey, Chris Mullen. Hollywood has been abusive towards both men and women for many decades, and they got away with it for decades as well. And now it happens, I'm sure. So, that's another thing is, so you're talking about like, was Bruce Willis in the closet? Was or is? You have is Justin Bieber is a hand being readjusted for Elmo for him. Whatever is happening there, there's a large weirdness with sexuality. It's very fluid in Hollywood. And then they turn around, they try to push, oh wow. Yeah, they try to push that agenda on everybody, and that's probably how they're doing it to the kids like Bieber and stuff.
Well, and then I mean, you got to think. Okay, so if you are Bieber, you come in at 11 years old, you're getting fed drugs, you're doing all these things that you don't know you're doing. Now Diddy's got a tape of you doing something to somebody else that you don't want anybody to see. How do you cope with that? Like, okay, mind whatever you got to do to like get out of that situation. How do you cope with that later on in the years? You go freaking crazy. You self-medicate or you do whatever you got to do. No wonder all these stars have like gone crazy. I wonder what they saw.
Is there anybody in like this whole crazy realm that you see that is like, I mean, I'll give you the answer before I give you a question. Like for like me, like I'm thinking like Chris Pratt comes to mind. Like he doesn't seem to be eaten up with like the whole crazy everything. Of course, though, I thought Bruce Willis really too. Normal.
Yeah.
So, is there anybody that you've ever seen? Because think about, I mean, Hollywood's been around for a long time. Marlon Brando didn't go normal. Martin Sheen didn't go normal. Stuff like that. It's
Mel Gibson went crazy there for a while. Think about Britney Spears. And I mean, even Justin did go crazy. And when he did go crazy, Bruce, Caitlin, whoever you want to call them, him, her, sent their daughter to go take care of him. Hey,
what?
Get him to
what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. What is it?
Ashley?
I think Kylie Jenner. Justin started going crazy. He was like, what did people say? He was like buying monkeys, and was that the same time that he was trying to say that he was black and like just off the deep end, wild ass shit he was doing? And then they're saying right after that, he started dating Kylie Jenner and he started calming down. So they're saying that Bruce, Caitlin, whoever sent Kylie and said, go get him settled. Make him stop talking. Whatever you got to do, make him calm down. And they did. How many celebrities has Kylie Jenner dated?
I don't know.
She dated Will Smith's little boy. She's dated a bunch of different stars.
One, right?
Well, right. And his parents, I'm sure, put him in all of that. They've even started to talk about some of it. Him and Willow. Jaden, that's who it is. Jaden Smith.
Who was the basketball player that what was
Barkley?
The middle
Michael?
Kardashian? The one that looked like Chewbacca and now is like beautiful.
Oh.
She was married to a basketball player, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Odom. Is that his name?
I don't know.
If T-Rex was here, he would know. But anyway, like he went to the bunny ranch and had a heart attack. It was something just really weird. Yeah, right. I think so.
Yeah, you're right. Chloe and Lamar. Yeah. Wild.
Hey, King Bob, what's up? Chloe, yeah, Chloe. Chloe. I don't know.
Chloe and Lamar.
Oh no,
Nobody's
you got to
nice.
do it with the vocal fry. Chloe.
No.
No, you're not a vocal fryist.
I don't want to. I don't ever want to put myself on that same wavelength as a Kardashian.
They don't have a lot of.
I think there's a lot more going on up there than we give them credit for. I'll tell you that much.
Really?
If they're involved in this shit, hell yes. Hell yes. It's the same thing as like Paris Hilton, right? Everybody thought that she's just this dumb girl because of that show they were in, and her and Nicole Richie, and they were just Valley girls from California with rich daddies. Blah, blah, blah. She's actually kind of smart.
Yeah, but she still has the VD. Remember, she had a storage locker she wasn't paying rent on, and they found the herpes medication.
Hey, that's her business. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I really thought for a while there, I was like, this is before I met White Rabbit, obviously, and I was thinking to myself, she's worth $1 billion. Like, I'm not really. I'm more of a Holiday Inn guy than a Hilton guy, but I was like, I could slum it. And then found out that she had the HIV, and I'm like, and not the HIV, but that's kind of like my universal saying for the VD. She has a genius IQ. Yeah, I mean, her sex tape, she was not a genius in that. I can tell you that much.
No, but like I said, she's like really smart. I mean, I'm not saying she uses her smart the best way. I'm just saying like she actually is like smart and all that.
That's crazy. All right. Valkyrie, do you have anything else you want to add tonight? Is there anything else?
Not tonight.
So I asked you if you would come back on. You made the mistake of saying yes.
Yeah.
So what is our homework? What do I need to know? What does the chat need to know? What do we need to go look in at? Because the only thing I've been doing is looking at all this flood coverage.
Oh my God, same. It's like
crazy,
everywhere.
isn't it? Are you in my Discord?
Terrible. No, I don't do Discord.
You will be. So the Discord, like I have a whole thing set up just for the devastation, and I start finding articles I think are interesting. And I start putting them in there because in 2 years everybody will forget it. Well, hell, nobody even knows about it now.
Seriously, except for the people in the area. And what can we do? No.
Yeah, well, who cares about them? They don't have internet access anymore.
Well, they do. No, now they do. Thank God for Elon.
Elon, yeah.
The only reason people are like finding their loved ones.
Yeah, Elon Musk, the patron saint of America.
I don't know about all that, but
yeah, he is in the running to outdo George Washington Carver as the most pronounced African American in U.S. history.
I have some theories about that flooding too. I could talk all day about that.
Well, okay, so here's the first thing I want to know about the flooding is so there's a lot of dams, right? Yes. The TVA, like their TVA came in 1930s, 40s, all that stuff. So there's a lot of dams around the area. Were all of them properly turned on, or did they hold the water back? Because if you don't turn the dam on in time, it will break.
Well, are they all being properly maintained?
Right. I mean, we always hear about bridges. Oh, we got to check the bridges. And then now you got this. And there's also happens to be a strike in the shipping industry, in case anybody didn't know that.
It's getting wild here in the Southeast.
Michelle Russo says this was fun. Thank you, Valkyrie. We're going to do this again.
Yes.
And so anyway, I wanted everybody, you guys, wait. Valkyrie is very special to me. I absolutely love this girl. And I got very excited Saturday. And of course, the week goes by so fast here. And so I set it up last night. I sent I think I sent the stream over last night, or I had people come over, hit the notification button, and everything else, so they would know to be here. And I was like, guys, I'm so excited. I was like, this is a true expert. Like, if you heard her the other night, man, oh my gosh, it was nuts. So, but of course, we didn't talk since Saturday, and I had it always like in my mind. I was like, we're gonna be able to and stuff. And of course, real life gets in the way of quality fun and production. So anyway, y'all, today it was like what 4:30, 5:30, something like that. I said, hey, I forget what I said to you, but anyway, you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot. And I was like, it's okay. You don't have to come on. You don't want to. I would understand, because I say a lot of things in the moment and then forget about it later on. We don't ever come to fruition. But I'm so happy that you came. I'm so happy that you trusted me enough to come on. It is an honor. Yeah. You're like, hey, I know this guy. I don't know if I trust this. But it is an honor that you would come on the channel and that you would share your knowledge with us. And you have said about 500 things that I want to. I've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 tabs open of stuff that you said that I want to go back and look at.
Yeah, we're just scratching the surface. I want to go back and look at, there's a girl on TikTok who has made a board of connections of people. And she's like mapped it out. She's got color coding and like who's connected. Like this person has connection with this.
See, that's what that is the.
So I need to look her up and find that.
Yeah, that's the genius people. Like, cause I'm always like, I mean, I said tonight, I was like, do I need to get my crayons to keep up with this?
So I need to get that. We can pull that.
If you find that,
pull that up.
Yeah, I gotta get you. I've got to fix my Discord link, and then I just fell off. I literally just fell off the desk. I put my elbow up, and boom, like that fell off the desk. But yeah, I'll get you in there and stuff, and we'll talk and because
we'll talk about that, and then we need to keep on the lookout because all of these other civil lawsuits are supposed to be being filed this month. So there's 120 new lawsuits.
You guys hear that? Everybody's got homework. 120 days. New lawsuits are coming in. You find them, send them to me, either email them or put them in Discord. Let's see here. Where did Michelle Russo said that I have theories about the flooding also. And H says the strike is on hold until January. So it went on hold today?
Is it on hold, or is it just the 90-day cooling off period? Because they did talk about how once they do say they want to strike, you have to go back and work for 90 days to cool off. But even the guy that's running the strike said, if we go back, do you really think we're going to work? Like, do you really think they're actually going to do their job to their best of their abilities? No. He said they're probably going to go from doing like 30 cargoes a day to maybe 8.
Well, here's another thing. So okay, so it's no longer we can import Mercedes and BMWs again. Okay, yay! Guess what? You can't get them anywhere, y'all. Like, you have no idea. There are 400 bridges in Asheville, North Carolina, that are gone. And what that means is that I-40 and I-75, two of the busiest I-75, I-80, I-26, two of the busiest interstates in the country. You can't transport anything. You can't go through there. I was out on the interstate yesterday. I was on I-40 yesterday. Nobody was on the road. It was like a Sunday afternoon. It was.
You went down that way?
Yeah, I was out driving on I-40 yesterday.
Like down further east?
Well, I
drive 40 every day.
Yeah. Okay.
Just not where it's like bad. Did you get like close?
No, I went to Smoky Mountain Guns and ammo.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in search for. I need to sow my garden with some freedom seeds.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm with that.
So
The signs on 40 is what really got me. Is like this this highway will be closed in like 100 miles because it.
oh, I haven't
into
seen
the
those.
rivers.
No, I haven't seen that.
If you get closer to the east side, the further east you go, the more signs say you can't. I-40 is closed at like mile marker, blah blah blah, due to flooding.
So you know T-Rex. Let's say
Mhm.
in here. So he is a trucker, and he said you can't tell me that the railroad tracks, like the beds that the tracks are laid on, aren't washed away with all the roads. And I'm like, I guarantee they are. And you have no idea what a railroad track, the amount of a railroad track. Listen to me, how much cargo the railroads actually
Out here, yeah, what they actually do.
yeah, it's unbelievable. I heard one time that if the rails stopped working, that the interstate system would have to be shut down to civilian use, and it'd all be truck drivers to try to keep up with it, and it would still be it'd be it would be a traffic jam. It would nobody would go anywhere. Like that's how many trucks you would need. It would be like a parking lot of trucks everywhere. Because there's just that much cargo. We have no idea how massive the United States is, and we're very blessed to be here. But
Yeah,
Valkyrie,
wild.
you absolutely rock. And
Thanks.
you know what we say here: when you got nothing else to say, you just don't have time for
I
anything.
woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Jesus, 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 it's a fire. "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire." Jesus, 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 Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go get me